Hi everyone, I'm Barnaby and welcome back to the channel. Today we're down here at the Taylormade Performance Center in Bangkok. As you know, I use my 3-wood off the tee primarily, so I'm here to see if I can find a better fit for my bag. I'm going to be putting the Sim 3-wood and the Sim Max 3-wood head to head. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Before we get started with the test, let's dive in and have a look at the tech. First I'll explain about the pieces of tech that they both share. The Sim and the Sim Max have some pieces of technology that they both share together, and then a few key pieces that set them apart from one another. The first piece of tech that they share is the V-Steel sole plate. V-Steel has been reintroduced into the line to lower the CG in the club deeper in the head. This helps with launching the golf ball much easier from the fairway. In the case of the Sim, it has an 80-gram V-Steel sole plate. The V-Steel sole plate also helps with turf interaction. Both clubs also have a light carbon crown construction. The light crown, coupled with the heavy sole plate, allows the center of gravity of the club to sit low in the head. The next piece of tech that they both share is twist face. Twist face has been around for a while now, so you probably already know what it is, but if you don't, twist face uses corrective angles to help with off-centered strikes to get the ball back on track and going towards your intended target. The final similarity is the through slot speed pocket. The speed pocket is designed in such a way that if you hit the ball low in the face, it allows the sole plate to flex a little bit more so you don't lose as much ball speed from the miss hit. Okay, so now I've compared the two clubs, I'll now talk about the major reason of why each one is different. Ultimately, this comes down to the materials that are used to construct the face. The regular Sim, or the Sim TI as it's known, has a Zartec titanium face. Zartec is an ultra-strong but flexible titanium material. This allows for higher ball speeds and, in my opinion, a great sounding club. Zartec is a premium material, and as you can see, this has been reflected in the price. The Sim sits a little bit higher than the Sim Max in the price point range. Moving on to the Sim Max now. The Sim Max is constructed with a C300 steel face. This is the same face construction that's also in the Sim Max. The major difference I personally found between the two was the sound. The titanium face on the Sim definitely sounds a lot hotter, whilst the C300 face sounds super solid but a bit muted. The final difference is in the hosel. The Sim TI allows you to adjust the loft by up to 2 degrees, either plus or minus. This also will change the face angle, allowing you to open or close the club face. The Sim Max is a fixed hosel and doesn't have the same adjustability features. Now that we've heard about the tech, let's have a look how I did with these two clubs. Okay, so first up we have the data from the Sim Max. Overall, the Sim Max did perform well for me. I managed to get 213 yards of carry for a total of 218 yards of distance. On average, I was spinning this club at 4,781 revs. For me, these are really good numbers. As you can see, I did manage to get some longer ones out there. My shot number 4 went out at 233 yards. I'd be super happy with that on the course. If you look away from the averages, you can also see I did manage to get some out there at 220 to 230 yards, which I would be super happy with out on the course. For me, my 3-wood generally sits around the 200 to 220 mark, so these numbers are spot on for me. The thing I really noticed with the Sim Max was the sound. It definitely had a much more muted sound than I'm used to, which isn't a bad thing or a good thing. It just depends on what you're used to. So now we have my numbers from the Sim TI. I managed to average 220 yards of carry and 238 yards of total distance. The club was also spinning on average at 3,771 revs per minute. These numbers for me are amazing. I was so happy with this club, and I couldn't believe how much longer it was for me than the Sim Max. Going into the comparison, I really did think that I would suit the Sim Max a lot more than the Sim. You can see on my last shot, I also almost managed to get 250 yards out of this club, which is phenomenal for me. The other thing to note with the Sim Ti, which was the huge difference from the Sim Max, was the sound. The titanium face definitely makes it have a much louder, more explosive sound. For me, this is something I personally really like. When I hit a good shot, I really like to hear the feedback from the club, so if I had to pick a winner, for me it was hands down the Sim Ti. This is definitely a club I'll be looking to put in my bag as my driver replacement. I'm pretty confident if I can get these kind of numbers hitting off the deck, I'll be able to get a little bit more out of it off the tee as well, so it would be absolutely perfect. It also would gap nicely with the Sim Max Hybrid. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link that down below so you can see my review on that also. If you've made it this far, I really hope you've enjoyed the review. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll have more reviews coming out in the near future. Thanks for watching.